Welcome back. In this episode, guys, we'll be working on this by Montgomery Ward's with a Subaru Robin engine. As you can see, we have the engine already sitting in there and mocked up. We got the CVT partially on. As you can see, some of the parts are lying here. So we do have all the parts for it sitting on my workbench. I did start working on it a little, so it's messy here. But let me catch you up to what we're doing. Here's our Subaru engine, pretty tight fit, but we're gonna make it work. We don't have the CVT on this end on, it's right there, but we do have the back so we can reference it to the chain, to the jack shaft in here. Now we have all the space. We put a key in, which is very, very nice. We'll have electric start. See our little electric motor here. We do have a battery, a green box right there. We'll be using that. We're going to be running the stock carburetor with its rev limiter. That way, you know, it's got to have a rev limiter. It's more fun. And so we have the motor. We're going to have to figure out the, on this episode of working on it, we're going to tighten up this hood too. But our goal is to get the CVT finished up, get the chains on, mount the motor, weld up this plate down here, and fully mount this motor in the hood. We'll also be working on a few little things like this choke here, connecting it to the throttle lever, so you know, a little bit nice here, and mounting the seat. And then next week we'll be working on these front tires, getting the brakes on them, getting them connected, working on both brake and gas pedal, and working on that. So this will be, my guess is a 3-part series on getting it going. First episode is CVT, engine, that kind of stuff, the chains. Second episode will be front end, brakes, the seat, all that kind of stuff. And the third episode will be getting it going, getting the wiring, headlights, electric start, etc. So let's just dive right into it. And it's late at night right now, so we are going to be cutting to morning in a few clips, but let's get to working on this and finally being able to do it. So let's get to it, and I'll see you at the end of these time lapses or whatever is going to happen next. As you can see, we got the motor out, we got the hood off. I will be repairing that hood. I was dumb and I cut it a while back, but I'm going to repair that hood. It is steel, so it is repairable. So let's get onto this, and let me explain how I'm going to fix this. I'm not going to fix this until later in the video, but basically, the end of this crankshaft is broken and it's tapered, as you can see, and we need these pulleys to line up like this. And to do so, what we're going to do is we're going to take a grinder to this. We're going to shave off most of this burr. And I have a 1-inch OD pipe that I'm going to fit. So I'm going to grind this off enough and then grind it deep enough where I can weld on a 1-inch OD pipe. But before I put it on, weld it on, I would cut a little groove, a slot into it, so the keyways for these parts, you know, can properly fit on. And then I'm going to weld a bolt on the end, and that will hold on this. And then, yeah, pretty much that. I had to drill out these to fit here and then tighten it down. But the CVT is now on there. It's going to be great. Second, this exhaust, we're not going to work on to episode 2. But what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this whole cast piece, and we're going to make a flange. And instead, it'll go out the other way, and around and out the side of the hood, because it has a hood exhaust, as you can see in that little hole right there. That's the hood exhaust, that stock. So we're going to make that work because we want the gas tank to sit up here on the hood, and this is not the gas tank we'll be using. We have a really big gas tank that my neighbor has I'm going to pick up that works for these motors, and we have enough hood space. So we're going to make the exhaust go around the gas tank and out back and out over here, and maybe do a turbo in the future for something up here because we have the hole in the dash and everything, and it is a Subaru motor. It is calling to be. But I wanted to show you was this clearance here, right here. See this notch? This is a steering piece right here. So you can't really see it well because it's really dark But basically, when you turn left, the steering moves, as you can see. So yeah, and then so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wire brush this plate. I had this plate sitting around. It's gonna be perfect. It's really thick, heavy duty steel. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wire brush up this plate here, and we're going to, the motor's in the right exact spot, and so we're gonna leave the motor where it's at. We're gonna wire brush it, marker where the motor's at, and then move the motor forward an inch, marker the holes, and then we're gonna drill the holes, make slots, so the engine's adjustable. So let's get to welding, grinding, and fabbing the spots and making it work. So let's get to it. Off the exhaust quickly, and look at how big that is. Like, I can fit basically 2 of my fingers in there. This thing is huge. But yeah, this will make it a lot easier so we can make a custom flange and everything and work on it. But that's for another video, so let's get to working on this and making it work. It's actually pretty clean already. See, it fits in there pretty well, surprisingly. So we're just gonna clean it up, grind and weld it. We'll also be welding this plate here for the steering. We could do bolts, but since this plate kind of interferes here, and on this side, we're just gonna weld the plate strong so the front A-arm won't come loose. The A-arm is solid steel, which is very nice, and then we have a single bolt, but really, like a really big bolt. So yeah, let's get to wire wheeling all this and welding it. Alrighty, so I made some little tabs down here for the seat. So the seat's just going to be held on by 2 bolts because it fits perfectly into the shape of this body here and is being held up here. So if this is removed, the seat can flip forward, or if I trim this, the seat can flip forward, but you'll be sitting on it most of the time. So make it nice, but it's easier to take it off. So it's easier to take off the body here. The body's going to be very easy. And then we wire brushed off scene. We wire brushed up this plate here. So now it's time to get to welding late at night. And we'll weld up that piece and then that, and then we'll close down the shop for the night and we'll be back at it tomorrow. So let's get to welding, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow and enjoy this time lapse of me welding. I got done with welding. It is a little dust or dirty, or air's bad in here, whatever. But we did some really clean welds, as you can see on these seat tabs. And you go down here, got some really good welds in down here. I got a wire brush them quick. Let me go do that. Okay, I finished up wire brushing. As you can see, really good, clean welds. This is the best you probably could get with a wireless or a wire-fed gasless, home hobby welder. But I mean, those are pretty good welds for, what I can do with it. You should see my TIG welding. I can do that pretty well. But yeah, we got that on. So last thing we're gonna do in this video, because it's gonna be a little bit longer, is we're gonna mount the seat and we're gonna drill holes for this engine and then maybe work on that. So let's get to this first and see what we can do and then get back to it. So also, I made one of these little tab things, so you just push in these little spacers here. See? So they kind of fit in nice and perfect. That way it fits better. So kind of cool. Right? We got the seat bolted in. It was just that 2 bolts. But basically, to get it on, all you do is just put the bolts in, flip the seat up, tighten down the nuts, and you can still, if you had to, remove the seat, put these in, and it doesn't affect them anyway. So now you can get to the fender bolts, and the seat sits comfortably in the frame, so when you sit on it, it doesn't come loose, and it just works. And look at all that space saving right there. There's like no gap at all on that thing. If you see, like, look at that. Perfect. All right, let's drill the holes quick, and then I'm gonna shut down for the night because it is dark out. It's 10 o'clock. So let's get to drilling holes and putting the Subaru engine on, and then, working on the CVT tomorrow. So let's get to it. Basically, I drilled hole here and here, here and here, 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 and here. And then we're going to take the angle grinder and yoop, 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 yoop. That way the engine has a little bit of adjustable spacing, which will be nice. So let's get to that. Alrighty. It ain't much, but you know, significant little slots, and they'll work great. So I'm going to put this on off scene and throw some bolts in, not tighten down, just throw some bolts in. I don't got the nuts for it, but I'll throw it down, put it on there, and then I'll sit on the mower and show you what it looks like so far. And then we'll cut to tomorrow of me working on that. Got the front bolt. We don't got any rear ones, but this is as far forward as it goes, and then you can push it back. Well, give me a second here. It's not significantly too much, but it's just enough, so it will move far forward and far back. I'm gonna push it forward for more weight in the front. And now the motor sits up front like that. It looks very cool, not gonna lie. Let me sit on it real quick and show you how it looks while I'm in it. And the motor up front, and then yeah. All right, got a little bit better point of view here. You guys can see me. So this is what it's gonna look like mostly. We don't have the front pedals on, we don't got the hood on, but I think it's pretty cool that the motor is now partially tightened down, but mounted in here, and we have the seat. This is what the suspension will look like on it. I can bottom it out, but this suspension is on its softest mode. So we will definitely put it on the hardest mode for this. Next episode, or tomorrow, depends on how I feel. I'm gonna put either that on this video, or next episode, we're gonna get the CVT all figured out, and then the motor all mounted. We're gonna work on the chain here. We're also gonna work on the front end, trying to get these wheels properly there, and the brakes. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video of the lawnmower series. So yeah, I'm excited to get it going. We got all the parts. So it's time to finally start working on it. We have a bunch of other projects too, like the racing lawnmower behind me, or the four-wheeler that I got an engine rebuild, or put brakes on the mini bike. But thanks for watching, guys, and God bless. I hope you all had a great day, and I will see you in the next video of the series of how to build an off-road mower. Properly? No, but will work for sure. See you again next time.